It can be a fun game, bend the mind, and save lives. What I'm referring to are the functions of optical illusions. At a young age, I was fascinated with magic tricks. As I grew older, I became more interested in why these magic tricks worked so well. Besides my previous knowledge, I've researched I've referred to the European psychologist and the New Statesman. After reviewing Qualtrics, I found out most of you have not a lot to about an average knowledge of optical illusions. Optical illusions have actually improved everyday life, and most of you probably haven't even noticed it. After knowing some of these uses and some of the types of optical illusions, it may help you appreciate or actually utilize some of these optical illusions in your everyday life. After listening to my speech, you all will be able to know how optical illusions work, some of the many types of optical illusions, and some uses for optical illusions. There are actually a wide range of optical illusions. Because of Qualtrics, I've been able to narrow down some of the information for you to better understand why optical illusions work, or how optical illusions work. So, according to Now You See It, Now You Don't, by Ian Stewart, published in the 2013 New Statesman, he gives an analogy that is actually quite amusing. Should be that, yes. He describes it as a voting pancake. The neurons in the brain, as he describes it, are many layers of pancakes. Each neuron is a pancake. So when the eyes see something like an optical illusion, neurons vote on what they're seeing because they aren't sure, they're kind of confused. And so this vote leads to a final decision. This final decision is basically an assumption. This is according to the Perceptual Illusions and Imagery by Fiorla Guspeth in the 1988 edition of the European Psychology. Says these assumptions are subconscious and cannot be controlled. So these assumptions are what actually create the illusion. Now, since you understand the bare basics of why optical illusions work, let's look at some common types. Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper is actually an optical illusion. Classified by Cornell University's website by J. Perknage, Deception of the Senses or Truths of Perception. Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper is a depth and structure optical illusion. This is because of the background. If you look, the background looks like it's farther in the distance. That's actually an optical illusion. Another is after images. This may seem like a blank slide, but you're actually looking at it. What they are, they're tiny pixels, and these pixels are primary colors. What these primary colors do, certain combinations create different varying colors, and what this does is it tires the retina out in your eye and creates different layers of colors. So white is actually a combination of blue and green, which kind of surprised me when I researched this. Another common type, and actually the most popular, is the anaglyph. It works. The anaglyph. Actually, it's also known as 3D. This is the red and blue anaglyph 3D glasses that you would use to look at this. What it actually is, it's an image with a blue overlay of the same image slightly off, and also a red image that's also slightly off. What this does is, through the proper lenses, your eyes blend the colors together and create a 3D image. This is all done within your brain, the assumptions again. Since you now know some of the common types, let's look at some of the uses. you ever had trouble catching a ball, like let's say in baseball? Well, this can be due to optical trajectory illusions. According to Optical Trajectory and Informational Basis of Flyball Catching by Richard S. Markin in the 2005 Journal of Experimental Science, these could affect your catching ability negatively. The way to combat this is to practice various catching and different trajectories. So have a friend, throw the ball at different speeds and different heights for you to be able to adapt accordingly to catch. The saying, practice makes perfect, never fit any better. Another visual illusion can actually help you and your pets. According to The Size of the Food Bowl and Scoop Effect's The Amount of Food Owners Feed Their Dogs by M. Murphy, published in the 2012 Journal of Animal Psychology and Nutrition, you can actually overfeed or underfeed your pets based off your food and bowl size. For example, these two dots are the same size. In a smaller bowl, it looks like a lot of food. In a bigger bowl, it looks like a smaller amount of food. Like I mentioned before, this could also be used with humans. Your brain actually tricks itself to think that this is actually more food than this. This has many implications, such as weight loss or weight gain. Now you know some of the uses. Oh yeah, my source, my bad. This is from the Dubois Illusions, Bias on Serving and Eating Behavior by Van Etersum Coert, Brian Warnsnick, published in the 2013 Journal of Consumer Research. Now you know how optical illusions work, the many types, and the uses. Optical illusions are fantastic, and as I've shown, can be useful also. I encourage you all to dive into this topic a little bit more at home.
Okay.